All right, all right. Then come on in. Chronicles, episode 13. This your boy Mitch TV coming to you straight out of here. Chronicles, episode 13. Let's talk to you about some sports. First things first. If this your first time, like, comment, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Mitch TV. Also, you can follow me on TikTok, which is Mitch D414. All right. First things first. The Lakers, my Lakers, Luka Doncic just signed a 3-year extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. I think it's 3 years, $168 million. And I don't know the full terms of the contract, but it seems like how the wording looks that essentially he has a 2-year contract with an opt-out after 2 years. I mean, he has pretty much 3 years with a player option where he could get the super duper max, which is like 350. By the time Luka comes up in about 2 years, it might be like damn near $400 million. So, and also, if you look at the contract, Luka took less money because Luka could have easily got a 3-year, almost $200 million contract, but he didn't get that. And word on the street and on these internet streets too, that Luka is gearing up for a recruitment trail where there's an individual in Denver, Colorado by the name of Nikola Jokic, aka the Joker, is thinking about coming to the Lakers. And Jokic just declined his extension. And some people think that, oh, he might leave Denver to go to the Lakers, or he just declined it because he want to get that super duper match, which is like $300 million. So here's my take on it. I don't think Luka is going to get Jokic to come to the Lakers. I'll be shocked if that happened. Jokic is the type of player that he likes basketball, but he doesn't love basketball. And here's why I'm saying this. He likes basketball because what it does for him lifestyle-wise outside of basketball. But he doesn't love basketball because he's not built like Kobe or John Stockton or Michael or Brian. Players that are very competitive. Of course, he's competitive, but he's not built like that. He likes basketball, but he don't love it. I can see Jokic playing the rest of his contract out with Denver, might re-up for that super duper max, and then just go off into the sunset and retire. Because Jokic is already in his 30s. People forget Jokic came out around 2010 or 12 or something, but whatever, one of them years is in the early 2010 years. But if Jokic go to the Lakers, I'll be shocked. But there's a rumor that Jokic might come to the Lakers in free agency. Now, you know what that means? LeBron's out the door. That's what it means. LeBron is out the door. LeBron James, a couple weeks ago, he opted back into his contract for $51 million. And I would say this, LeBron is strategically playing the Lakers like this. He's already have started the noise. He opts back in. He gets the public backlash. Oh, LeBron, if you really care about winning, you should take less money. He's not going to do that. You know why he's not going to do that? Because if LeBron opted out and took a mid-level exception, it will fuck up the market for every star player in the league because of the current salary cap situation in the NBA. And here's prime example, Tom Brady. With Tom Brady, this was like a few years ago, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, when Tom Brady was set to get like $100-something million from the Patriots, he opted out of his contract and signed a team-friendly deal where they was able to keep Gronk, able to keep all those other pieces, and then they was able to make another Super Bowl win. It paid off for Tom Brady because they won the championship. But what Tom Brady did, he fucked the market up in some type of way where with veteran quarterbacks that are good, teams will come up to him and say, well, Tom Brady took less money to win. You should too. But here's the thing. It still bit Tom Brady in the ass. Because at the end of the day, Tom Brady was still able to get released. He was, and forget he got released by the Patriots and went to Tampa Bay. But Tom Brady won like 3 more Super Bowls after he took that team-friendly deal. He won 3 more Super Bowls after that. But it fucked up the market for quarterbacks for a while. Now, LeBron James, he's smart. Because if he would have opted in, no, he would have opted out, sorry. If he would have opted out and just said, fuck it, instead of you giving me $51 million for 1 year, give me $51 million for 2 years. So that's like 25 and a half for 2 years. Guess what? That will fuck everything up for every NBA player. That's a star player. Because now teams will say, well, LeBron took less, you need to take less. So that's why LeBron didn't do it. See, now if it was somebody like DeMar DeRozan who took less money, that's not going to mess the market. James Harden, that's not going to mess the market. Somebody, like any D-list all-stars, B-tier all-stars, that would not mess the market up. That A-list tier, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, if they would have took those pay cuts, it fucked the market up. So So let me get back on track with this. Luka signed an extension. It's a signal of, hey, the Lakers is only focusing on Luka, and B, LeBron is out the door. The Lakers didn't offer LeBron an extension. So that's the reason why the Lakers are so keen on Luka, because they think they can get Jokic. But if this happened, that's going to shock the NBA world. Jokic and Luka together, that would be an amazing team. But guess what? That team ain't going to be a championship team, because you got to have some dogs around you to win. So you got to have dogs around you. It's kind of crazy that, that's how the game goes. But I'm not seem to believe with this. But LeBron James going to another team, that's possible. That's going to happen. I picked this like a week ago. LeBron is going to make a lot of noise. He's going to do all the theatrics, all the drama. And by mid-season, he's going to get bought out. Once he gets bought out, guess what? He's going to go to a team. Now, LeBron did spark some controversy by going to the Clippers facility and practicing there, doing his workout routine at the Clippers facility. That sparked a lot of controversy this past weekend. I'm just going to let you know, LeBron do not want to leave LA. And you know what he's doing? He's testing the waters to see what the Clippers would do. See, what he's doing is he's planting little seeds in the Clippers franchise's head. Because LeBron really do not want to leave Los Angeles. He repeatedly said this a lot. So I think the number one team that LeBron's going to go to is the Clippers. That team is already set up to be a championship team. They just need another piece. They have big men, they have Carter, they got CP3, they got Kawhi. And then if you add LeBron into that mix, and they got Bradley Beal too, now look at this. Add LeBron to the mix. That starting lineup is going to be nasty. That's going to be CP at the one. Even though CP 40 years old, he's going to end up playing the one. Bradley at the 2, James Harden at the 3. Kawhi, no, let me take that back. Boom. We do it all over. CP is 6 man, James Harden at the 1, Bradley at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, Ron at the 4, Zubac at the 5. And that's going to be the starting lineup for the Clippers. And then what's going to happen? They're going to play that same type of ball. It's going to be a lot of shooting threes. It's going to be, and then LeBron and James. If you had LeBron, James Harden, and CP on the same team, that ball is going to move a lot. And then now James Harden don't have to distribute the ball. He could be a scoring James Harden now. So I can see LeBron going to the Clippers. Look out for that. LeBron to the Clippers, that might be a possibility. LeBron, if you got to remember, LeBron is very fucking calculated. He's calculating. Anytime he does something, he do it on purpose. And he do it to send a message to people. Him going to the Clippers facility, practicing there, doing his little workout routine there, is telling the Lakers, hey, I can go right next door to your motherfucking rival and sign with them and bring their ass championship. And LeBron is all about legacy. He's all about legacy. So if LeBron goes to the Clippers and they win a championship, what you think LeBron has to fucking go? He'll be the first player ever to win a championship with the Lakers and the Clippers. That's fucking legendary GOAT status. So it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's crazy work. Also, but the next subject. Since we're on LeBron, Daryl Morey, fat ass, wrote an article talking about the 2020 championship that the Lakers won in Buck, saying that is it a legitimate title? And here's my thing on this. Fans are so damn fickle when it comes to that NBA title shit, that ring culture shit. Like, let's be real. 2020 bubble championship was quote unquote legit until LeBron won that shit. And then fans said it was not fair that LeBron won it. They rigged it for LeBron. No, it was just LeBron had the most mental toughness to go through the shit. Let's be real. If Michael Jordan played in the bubble, Michael Jordan would have won that shit too. If Michael Jordan just as mentally tough as LeBron. Hey, well, you think about it, he's more mentally tough than LeBron. So people saying the championship is legit because LeBron won it. Giannis would have won, Jokic would have won, or if the Clippers would have won, then that would count that as a legit title. But when LeBron wins the bubble championship, it's not a legit title. It's crazy how y'all fucking hate that man so fucking much. And y'all will diminish his career just to make Michael Jordan look good. And don't get me wrong, Michael Jordan is the fucking GOAT. But it's crazy that you don't have to diminish LeBron to prove that Michael's the GOAT. Let's just be real. If you're so confident in Michael being the GOAT, you don't have to kill LeBron to diminish that. When people argue with me about who's your GOAT, I always gonna say Michael. But when I argue against people about who the GOAT, I've never diminished LeBron or Kobe's career to go against Michael. Because look, Michael's resume speaks for itself. Michael Jordan's resume speaks for himself. Yes, he's 6 for 6 in the finals. Never went to a game 7. And then it was in an era where the 90s was catered to him. People forget they changed the rules for Michael to succeed. They changed the rules for Michael to succeed. Because you know why? When Magic and Bird retired, they needed another golden child. And who they found it in? Michael Jordan. Because Magic and Bird revived the NBA in the 80s. So you needed another golden child. So, and what they did, Michael took the opportunity and won. So, well, but here's the thing. I don't have to kill LeBron routine. Say why you should go. Because if you're so threatened by LeBron, it's crazy. You're just so threatened by LeBron just because he has more points than Michael, more field goals than Michael, more 3-pointers than Michael, more steals than Michael, more rebounds than Michael. Yes, all of that more than Michael. But it's crazy how some people get so insecure about their GOAT debate. But I can truly just say, Michael's a GOAT. I don't have to kill LeBron to prove that Michael's a GOAT. Progressive base speaks for itself. That's all I need to say. Well, yeah, that 2020 championship that the Lakers won is a legit title. It's legit. It's legit. If Giannis would have won it would have been legit. Kawhi would have won it. And Kawhi would have went back to back. Remember, Kawhi won it in 2019, and then if he would have came back and won it in 2020, that would have been considered legit also. And the Denver Nuggets would have won it that year, that would have been legit. But you goofy ass fans say it don't count because LeBron won it. That's what throws me off. Y'all think it was hell. Yeah, y'all saw like it's crazy industry. But yeah, one thing I'm get off the sports. I'm gonna just talk about something. I've been seeing a lot of shit going on. People talking about relationships. It's so many people want to talk about relationships. So many people trying to be relationship gurus, relationship experts, and all of you. It's crazy. There's so many people bashing Kevin Samuels, what he said in the past, and there's so many people bashing other people and all that. Like, let's be real. When it comes to my views on relationships, I'm just gonna say this: I am not a relationship expert, a guru. I have no type of degrees in that. I just have fucking common sense. So, and yes, I am in a relationship. I'm actually married, so I do know a little something about being in a long-term relationship and all of that. Been married for almost 10 years, so just I know a little something, but I'm never gonna say I'm a guru and some type of expert. But here's the crazy thing: I saw this post on Instagram when there's one girl, I think she was from Washington D.C. She said, "I don't want a good man. I want a street nigga because you good men are not attractive." I was like, God damn, that's some crazy word. And then people, she got a lot of backlash because she said she don't want no good man. She wants street niggas. Look, I'm just gonna say this: a lot of women that's young like that in their 20s think like that. They want a street nigga or they want the dude that's very exciting. But most women, when they get older in their age, around in their 30s and their 40s, and if they're still single, their mindset will change. They will go from saying I want a street nigga to I want a good man. Sometimes it's too late for some of those type of women that change their mind, and sometimes some women get lucky and they find them a good man. So she got killed for it on the internet, and here's my views. You can't, and I'm not a preacher, and I'm just gonna say the Bible talked about when I was a child, I think like a child and I act like a child. But as when I got older, I put away my childish things and my childish ways. And that's true. Because when you are young, you still think like a child. But the older you get, when maturity and time gets on your side, you realize you got to do things the right way. So and then that young lady, and I know she said that somehow good men are ugly. Let her think that. Because one day, and guess what? And I know something else happened a couple days later when she said that, where her house got shot up and everybody was laughing at her, saying that's what she gets for talking about good men, which that's kind of bogus. You can't be saying shit like that. But I don't think her talking about good men wasn't karma right there. Her house getting shot up. But here's the thing: that young lady, she had to be young saying stuff like that. And let's just be real. And I'm just gonna be real, ladies. When you want a good man, not all good men is gonna look like Denzel Washington or look like Michael B. Jordan, or all good men is not gonna be tall like LeBron James. Not all good men gonna be like Russell Wilson. Most good men are the totally opposite man that you want. I remember this one YouTuber, her name is Danica. I forgot her name, but her name YouTube name Danica Chill. She's like a red pill type of content creator. And she was talking about that she always wanted a tall, dark, and handsome man, but the man she ended up marrying that was a good man for her was a shorter man. And that usually happened. Like most times, it's not, most times the man you really need is not the man that you really want. And it's not, and ladies, stop believing that bullshit saying you're settling. Settling is for the man you really want that's not even doing shit for you. That's settling. You settling for what your lustful desires is telling you. That's settling, because the man you really need you're not settling. So when you get out of that whole mindset of I want a man that's 6 feet tall with a 6-figure income and a 6 inches of higher penis, you're not gonna always get all the 3 of those. You might get 2 out of the 3 in that package. You might get a man that's 6 feet tall with a 6-inch penis, but no 6-figure income. Or you might get a short man that's 5'7" with 6 figures. You understand, women? Majority of the men in the world that are rich are short. A lot of them are under 6 feet tall. A lot of them. There are a lot of short kings that are millionaires. Not all millionaires are tall. So you gotta get that through your mind. And then I know some women don't say, well, men be chasing after bad bitches. That's true. Men do chase after bad bitches. But I will say this: as a man, the older we get, we realize we don't need that bad bitch. We need a good, wholesome woman that can make us better as a man. So like we don't need a chick that got a fat ass, flat stomach, and some big titties and a nice face with long hair. We realize that the older we get, so we get something that's not in the atmosphere of bad bitch. We want a good, wholesome, regular girl. Like a man would date a average girl and be happy than dating a baddie and be miserable. I have friends who dated baddies and they hate them. I knew some people that dated a baddie and they tell me they wish they never dated that chick. And they realize like, oh my God, I waste my time dating this baddie. But you know, it is what it is. But you know, the relationship world is really trash. The relationship pool is doodle. It's trash. I'm glad I'm out the relationship pool. I've been out of the relationship pool for almost 14 years. So I'm glad. I'm so glad I got out of it. And it is what it is. Some people out there still single, and they tell me like it's horrible out here, and it is. I feel bad for the single people now because everybody is so infatuated of having money. Like I look at some of the stuff online that some of the women be saying, I want a man that gotta have some money that be able to provide, and I'd be looking like, okay, but you work at Walmart, but you want a man to come take care of you, but you work at Walmart, or you are a sandwich maker at Subway, but you're a receptionist at a temp agency, but you want a man to come and change your life. And I'll be thinking, have you thought about want to change his life, not financially, but make his life better? Where, and I always say this, and I remember I told this young lady I used to work with, I told her, if you want a man to become the provider, you got to boss him up. And then I remember the girl asked me, how you do that? I said, when you get with him, let's just say you get with a man, he's making 30, 40,000. Ask some questions like, hey, what goals you have in life? If he say, I want to start my own business, become an entrepreneur, girl, you got to boss him up, be like, well, babe, we could do that. We could do that. We could do that together. The moment you tell him we can do that, you know what? He going to love you forever. And guess what? And then when you motivate him to start his own business and you help boss him up and his business grow, he's going to take care of you for life. Even if the relationship's over, he's going to still take care of you for life. So, and I'm going to let you know this, women, men want to be providers. They want to be a provider. Every man that has a family wants to be a provider. But some of y'all women be speeding up the fucking process, be trying to rush us to be providers and don't know what it takes for a man to get to that level. Like, boss that man up, encourage that man, start your own business, babe, do this, do that. Allow him to develop into that boss. And then the moment he get there, he gonna take care of you. He gonna get in his mind, damn, she been there from the jump. I fuck with her. That's why I married her. I'm taking care of her no matter what. And even if y'all break up, all that other shit, and then he ain't gonna mind taking care of you afterwards because you've been there from the jump. So boss that man up, get that man a business, help him do his business work, help him do his business taxes. If you know some people that do other stuff, man, help pay for some mentorship for him. Do some research for him. Be his assistant, be his business assistant, business partner. Man, and then guess what? You boss that man up. One day that man gonna walk in the door and say, babe, what's your job? I got you for life. And guess what? That's how you know he became a provider from that moment on. But you got to boss that man up. You can't try to speed and rush the process, telling the nigga you got to pay for all your bills to get provided. And I'm just going to let you know, like, let's just be real. The 1% of the men who are making the $1 million a year, those are slim to none. Those are hard to find type of men. You're not going to always see them because they're half of the time, they're not even in their hometown. They either out of town, doing business trips, or they chilling at that crib, don't want to interact with the work. So, and then I'm gonna give you some stats. 10% of men in America makes about 6 figures a year. That's between 100,000 to 900,000. 10% of those men. And guess what? It's not a lot of men. It's not a lot. And guess what? Majority of those men in that 10% range that's making 6 figures a year, they're married. So you have to think about that. Most of them are married. They're married with kids, everything. So you have to think about that. And then the 1% men that are millionaires, most of them are married too. The ones that are single, the ones that are single, they have girlfriends, but they have multiple girlfriends. It's very, very hard to find a man in that upper echelon of wealth because men that make money like that, they pick and choose who they want. They strategically pick and choose. And they just not going to get Lily from Walmart, little Betty that work at Walmart. No, they ain't getting hurt. They're going to get that girl named Angela that works in corporate America. They got a whole thing because most men ain't going to get no shit off the street. They work at Walmart or they work at a temp agency. Yes, I know. And I know you heard the story. Tell myself, Anthony Davis married a waitress. That's a 1 out of a million chance that will happen. Anthony Davis, yes. His wife he has now was a waitress at a restaurant. Well, what restaurant? Was it a 5-star restaurant? Was it a 4-star restaurant? So, that lady had to be in position to be Anthony Davis. And I bet you in her mind, she didn't think that Anthony Davis wanted her, but he picked her. But that type of story, that rarely happens. So it is what it is. But yeah, y'all gotta be careful. Like, not every man is gonna have that quote unquote provider tag on him. You gotta bust that man up. So it is what it is. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe.